Ladies and gentlemen, Boswell Media Sports presents Friday Night Football.
Boswell Media Sports presents Kosciusko Whippet Football. Now, here's the voice of the Whippets, Breck Riley.
Well, it's homecoming in Kosciusko, and you can feel the energy in the air as the undefeated Kosciusko Whippets get set to kick off Region 4 4A play tonight against the visiting Gentry Rams. The Whippets are coming off a huge win last week over the defending 3A state champions Choctaw County. The defense took center stage in that game, grabbing 3 interceptions, including a pick 6 from Martavian Miller. Special teams also got in on the action with LaMarcus Riley returning a partially blocked punt for a score. But now the stakes go up as region play begins tonight. The Gentry Rams come into this one still searching for their first win at 0-5, but with it being region play, every team's record resets to 0 wins and 0 losses. Can the Whippets keep the momentum rolling and open region play with a win? We're about to find out. This is the Prairie Farms pregame show. Up next, we'll hear from head coach Casey Orr. It's the Whippets versus the Rams here from Boswell Media Sports.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
This is Allison Schuler, Chief Nursing Officer at Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. Are you tired of traveling for cancer treatments? Now you don't have to. The new Cancer Treatment Center at Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala is now open, offering expert oncology care, infusions, and support services right here in Kosciusko. That means less time on the road and more time where it matters most, with your loved ones. Call 662-289-9893 today to learn more or ask your doctor about receiving treatment close to home.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
The homecoming game, of course, all the homecoming festivities have been going on all week, and it's just a fun week here in any small community when it's homecoming. We got a few minutes to sit and chat with the Whippets head football coach Casey Orr leading up to the game tonight against Gentry, but we're not talking about Gentry right now. We're going to talk about Choctaw County, that game last week where we like to go back and kind of review, give a grade out for offense, defense, and special teams when it comes to the game last week. Well, Coach, congratulations on that win. As always, we'll start off with the offense and how you would grade and what you thought about the way your guys moved the ball.
I thought our offense played really well. They had a couple drives in the second half that, they were pinned up really deep that kind of killed some rhythm we had. But outside of that, pretty much every drive they scored. The problem was they didn't get the ball enough. We weren't able to get keep Choctaw County's offense off the field enough to get our guys the ball. I think we only ended up running like 37, 38 plays on offense, which is about just over half of what we normally run. So I thought they did really well for the limited amount of opportunities they had.
Some of that, though, was that you guys scored quickly. What, you had a one-play drive and then, a two-play drive? Is that right?
That's right. And it was an odd game in the way that played out. You had, a pick six that put your defense right back on the field. Your offense scored on a long pass play, the first play of one drive that put your defense right back on the field. You had the second interception from Marr where he gets tackled on the 3-yard line, so we score pretty much immediately there, and it puts your defense right back on the field. And then, as you said earlier, there was another two-play drive from your offense where your defense is running right back on the field. It just seemed like that we were on defense all night, but your offense, give them a lot of credit. We ran the ball. I think we rushed for right at 200 yards against them and had another 100-something through the air. So, I thought they had a real good night for the limited amount of plays that they had.
And something that, we had talked about was they had the big guy, the big defensive lineman there. We talked about him on the commentary, and has offers from just about every SEC school. And your game plan, you guys seemed like you wanted to run right at him and, kind of attack him.
And I thought our guys did a really good job of that. Give our O-line credit. A kid like that, the Shoemaker kid from Choctaw County, he's going to make his plays, and he's going to, hold his own against whoever. But give our guys a lot of credit for going after him, and they battled with him. And I thought at times we did a really good job against him. He's still going to make his plays here or there, but I thought for the most part our kids.
Gear up for deer season at the Attala County Co-op. Pick from top brands like Moultrie and Boss Buck gravity feeders, plus irresistible attractants. Mobucks, Buck Duo, Strawberry Blast Rice Bran, and even peanut butter and jelly rice bran feed. Everything you need is at the Attala County Co-op.
The everything you need store. Attala County Co-op. Attala County Co-op.
Premier Medical Group in Kosciusko is proud to welcome Dr. Jenny Kate Miles and Dr. Helen Turner to their team. Whether you need a checkup, ongoing care, or a trusted provider for your family, Dr. Miles and Dr. Turner are taking new patients. Schedule your appointment today. Call Premier Medical Group at 662-289-1800.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Good health is our priority.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Attala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Attala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Attala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
Hi there, mate. Joey Roo here. Introducing our brand new Roo Wing Station. Now open at Kangaroo Crossing on Veterans Memorial Drive in Kosciusko. Choose from 8 bold flavours: teriyaki, lemon pepper, Parmesan garlic, barbecue, buffalo, sweet red chili pepper, mango habanero, and honey hot. Satisfy your cravings every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Don't miss out. Bring your friends, taste them all, and discover your new favourite flavour at Roo Wing Station at Kangaroo Crossing on Veterans Memorial in Kosciusko.
Come on home to Allen's Furniture and Appliance. Come on home. Come on home.
Pop the confetti. Allen's Furniture is celebrating 59 amazing years. Join the celebration at either our Kosciusko or Durant locations and register for your chance to win a big screen TV, a stylish area rug of your choice, or a jumbo beanbag, perfect for family movie nights. It's our way of saying thank you for decades of support. Discover new styles, the best prices, and maybe walk away a winner.
Come on home.
Welcome back into the Prairie Farms pregame show as it's homecoming here tonight from Landrum Field. The Whippets getting ready for the homecoming game against Gentry, the Rams. We're going to talk more about Gentry and that squad in our next segment. Right now, we're going to continue with Coach Orr. We'll go back to last week's ball game, as in our last break, we didn't get to talk about the special teams, and special teams did have a special game for you this past week against Choctaw County. Coach, you're able to get a couple of turnovers that led to some scores in the ball game. So how would you rate the play of your special team?
I thought they did a really good job for us, and me and you have talked about it numerous times, but in big ball games where you got teams that are very similarly matched, special teams seems to always find a way into deciding the outcome of the game. And you open the game up, you kick off to them, and your kickoff coverage team does a great job, and Nick Sutt is able to lay a big lick on a kid and cause a fumble. that we recover that sets up a short field for us to score and take an early lead. And then you fast forward to the second half, it's 27-25 in a ball game that's kind of going back and forth. And you get a big play from your punt return team where they snap a ball over the punter's head, but Keith Lay is able to run it down, and by the time he tries to get the punt off, Keith lays a big lick on the kid, and LaMarcus is the recipient of that and catches the ball on the run and is able to run that in for a touchdown and stretch the lead back out, put us up by 2 scores, and kind of got tickled, talking to LaMarcus. I don't think anybody imagined if we returned a punt for a touchdown Friday night, it would be by LaMarcus, but that's the way it played out.
I was going to ask about that. I love seeing the big guys get touchdowns, whether they recover a fumble or they get an interception or whatever. So, how was that? How was LaMarcus? Seemed like he was excited, but it seemed like his teammates might have been a little bit more excited when he came off the field.
Well, it shows just how much respect his teammates have for him by how excited they were for him to get that touchdown. LaMarcus does a lot of dirty work for us on Friday nights. He's taking on double teams. Playing nose guard is not an easy living, and LaMarcus does a great job of it. And he does everything we ask for him. He plays at a high motor. It's always fun to see your guys' reactions on the sideline, when somebody makes a play like that. So I'm just happy for LaMarcus, and so were his teammates.
Something that we noted about LaMarcus, the hardly ever coming off the field. That's not something you see from a nose guard, right? That's something that you see maybe your linebackers or somebody else too, but you very rarely see a defensive lineman that's going to go every snap.
And he does that for us, and he's done it now for really 3 years. The kid is just he's got a lot of heart, man. He's got a lot of guts, and he plays hard. And for his position, he's kind of undersized. He's a shorter guy, and he doesn't weigh as much as the guys he's going up against. But he makes play after play after play for us, and we sure don't want to go into battle without him. So, like I said, just happy to see him get that reward Friday night.
And we'll continue talking about some of the players and the personnel as we take a focus on our position group this week. And this week, we want to talk about the tight ends / flex players, whatever you want to call those guys. You've got a few of them that you can stick in there and kind of put out wide or tight end or just about anywhere. So what are the guys that you can plug in and kind of be a Swiss Army knife for that tight end flex position?
Well, Jackson Schuler and, of course, William Rankin are the two that's done that for the last 2 years for us, and they are guys that can basically do anything you ask of them. They can be that tight end with their hand on the ground. They can be that H-back where they're set back off the line of scrimmage, or they can play out at slot receiver. And then with Schuler, you've even seen him go into a play running back or fullback at times. So, and it gives you such diversity on your offense and makes it very difficult for a defense to match personnel groupings with you, because you don't have to bring somebody off the field and bring somebody else on when you're wanting to go from one formation to the next. So that's been very beneficial for us. And then behind those two, Jack Vance is a kid that's going to be a really big-time football player for us, as his jump from his freshman year to this year has been as big as anybody's on our football team, and he has really blossomed into a good player for us. You saw him make a play against Olive Branch the other night. He's a kid that, when his name and number's finally called, he's going to be a big player for us. So that's probably your next guy that fits into that role, and that's a very specific mold that you're trying to fit a kid into, because he's got to be able to do a lot of different things. You're asking him to run block, you're asking him to pass block, you may be asking him to run the football or to jump out at wide receiver and actually run a route and get open against safety. So it takes a unique football player to be able to fill that role for us.
Yeah, and not like your traditional tight end. Ever since Gronk was the tight end, that's sort of the prototypical guy now that you can, as you said, you throw them out in the slot. They can be tight end off the line. They can be, just about anywhere. So you got a couple of guys that you're able to do that with. But we're going to step aside for a break. We come back, we'll turn our attention to our opponents tonight here from Kosciusko. This is the Prairie Farms pregame from Boswell Media Sports.
Watkins, Ward & Stafford welcomes member and partner Anita Goodrum, certified public accountant, to their Kosciusko office. Anita, along with Tammy Irving and staff, offer professional and personalized services and financial guidance for business and personal. Watkins, Ward & Stafford is a full-service accounting firm offering QuickBooks, online hosting solutions, payroll, and direct deposits. Welcome to Kosciusko, CPA Anita Goodrum. Watkins, Ward & Stafford, leading our clients through the next generation of change.
Imagine a gym that never sleeps.
Just like your fitness goals.
Holmes Healthplex is open 24/7.
Giving you the freedom to work out on your schedule.
Not ours.
Wave goodbye to those pesky joining fees.
And hello to unlimited access to cardio machines,
weights,
and group classes like Pilates and spin.
All included in your membership.
Find us on Highway 12.
Where your fitness journey awaits around the clock at Holmes Healthplex.
When an electrical shortage in your office causes extensive smoke and water damage, or that musty odor indicates you might have a mold problem, you need a lot more than just help cleaning up. That's why Serve Pro of Kosciusko, Philadelphia, Greenwood is where you turn when disaster strikes. We offer all the cleanup and construction services to take your home or business from post-disaster to as good as new as soon as possible. So no matter what happens, there's just one call you need to make. Serve Pro of Kosciusko, Philadelphia, Greenwood to see how they can help you get back to like it never even happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
This is Chris Coleman, your neighborhood Alpha insurance agent. At Alpha, we understand the value of hard work, trust, and protection for the ones you love. Alpha Insurance has a long proven history of taking care of the folks who hold these same values. As your local Alpha agent, I want to help protect you and your family and help you succeed and prosper as you go through the journey of life. Call me at 662-289-1024, message me on Facebook, or drop in at 235 North Madison Street in Kosciusko. Alpha Insurance for all of your auto, home, life, and commercial needs.
Welcome back into the Prairie Farms pregame homecoming night, and all homecoming festivities have been fun. Had the parade earlier this week, going to be crowning the homecoming queen tonight. But there's also a football game, and the Whippets are hosting the Rams of Gentry. But before we get into that, we'll talk more with Coach Orr about region play, because this is the opening night of region play. So, Coach, we'll take a look at Region 4, 4A. Last few years we've been in Region 3. We're back in Region 4. Now, some of the same teams are there, but some of them have kind of gone in and out. So, Region 4, kind of give an overview of the teams that are in our region this year and what you expect out of the district.
Well, like you said, it's a different district than what we've had in the past, but the familiar opponents in it are Louisville, of course, and Greenwood, which has been in it the last 2 years. And then you've added Yazoo City and Gentry, who we're playing tonight. Louisville is Louisville. Every year they're going to be, one of the top teams in 4A, but also in the state of Mississippi. So, you're always going to have to find a way to beat them. But you got Greenwood, who's last year was a young football team, and we had a very good game with them at their place. So, they're going to be tough this year, and I think they've been winning right now. Maybe have lost one game to Cleveland Central, and that's it. Yazoo City's a team that's dropped down from 5A. Got a lot of athletes. Their skill kids are really impressive, so we're going to have to be able to match up out wide on offense and defense with them. And then Gentry also is another team that dropped down from 5A, and, we're going to get a shot at them tonight. So we're going to get to see what they're about firsthand tonight.
Yeah, and that'll lead us into talking about Gentry, the Rams, as you mentioned in the coaches show. You never had a game against them before, and I'll get to my game numbers here in a little bit. It's been since the 50s since Kosciusko matched up with the team from Indianola, so been a long time since these two teams have squared off. What can you tell us about the Rams?
They've got a quarterback who is a really good athlete. I don't know whether you're better to let him run the football or let him throw the football. He's just a good athlete, and he wants to scramble, and he can really make things happen with his legs. So we're going to have to be fundamentally sound with our rush lanes and keep him contained in the pocket and making sure that we've got eyes on him. They want to push the ball vertically down the field with their offense, and then run game, it's a lot of perimeter runs where they're trying to take big shots. They're wanting to score from far, so we just got to eliminate those big plays. Defensively, they're a 4-4 cover 3 team, which they're gives us some chances, gives us some opportunities to try to take some chances on offense. So when we get a chance, we got to just be able to make the play and be able to throw and catch, and then we'll have to establish our run game early as always. But, we try to harp on our guys, don't get too concerned about the other team. It's about what we do, and, we just got to be good at what we do and execute at the level we want to execute at.
And you talk about that 4-4 defense not being something that you see too often. But back when I played, college football, NFL video games back in the day, that was my defense, 4-4. 4-4 because I was just wanting to bring everybody and blitz everybody. But I don't know when's the last time you saw a 4-4 defense or played against one.
Well, everything in football is so cyclical. It used to be, a 4-man front was what everybody did, whether it was a 4-4 or a 4-3. That's just what you saw every week, and now everything is kind of changed to a 3-man front, and ourselves included, we run a 3-man front. So it's just a defense that you don't see very often anymore. So when you get into a week of practice, that's something that we got to make sure we understand, because it does change blocking schemes and assignments. So it's something that we've got to adjust to. And then that defense does tend itself to open up your passing offense. So that's something that we got to be able to take advantage of.
Yeah, it's like playing a team that runs the option, right? You don't see it that often, so it's kind of hard to prepare for. But one final thing, Coach, it's homecoming week. There's a lot of distractions for the guys. So what do you do to combat that and to tell the guys to, it's fun, right? You want the guys to have fun, but you got to have a football game as well.
Well, the message is the same every year when it comes to homecoming. Eliminate those distractions. We want you to enjoy yourself and be able to enjoy homecoming, but eliminate those distractions. And at the end of the day, no homecoming party is near as fun after a loss. So if you want to go enjoy a homecoming party and have fun with all that, you need to win a football game first, because it's not near as fun if you don't win. And we talked about it when we went to Olive Branch, and it was their homecoming. We wanted to crash that party for them, and that's what we were able to do. And Gentry's going to have that same mindset, and we got to make sure that we don't allow them to come in here and do that.
Yeah, there's a podcast I listen to. It's called Winning Cures Everything, and just like you said, the parties are more fun, and it's a lot more fun after the fact when you have a homecoming win. Well, Coach, we appreciate you for stopping by and speaking to us. Good luck in the game tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Transition your home and your style for fall at Sullivan's. Check out their new fall home decor, clothing, and the perfect shoes to step up your autumn look. Sullivan's has everything you need to get game day ready. Whether you're hosting the party or cheering from the stands, fall's in the air. Make sure your home and wardrobe are too. Visit Sullivan's today and find your fall favorites. Autumn starts here, only at Sullivan's in Kosciusko.
This is Allison Schuler, Chief Nursing Officer at Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. Are you tired of traveling for cancer treatment? Now you don't have to. The new Cancer Treatment Center at Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala is now open, offering expert oncology care, infusions, and support services right here in Kosciusko. That means less time on the road and more time where it matters most, with your loved ones. Call 662-289-9893 today to learn more or ask your doctor about receiving treatment close to home.
Hello, I'm Mandy Hudgens, and it's my privilege to serve our customers at Citizens National Bank. Being part of a bank with more than 137 years of history means standing on a foundation of strength, stability, and trust. We've been through it all, and we're still here, committed to helping you reach your goals. As a local community bank, we make decisions right here at home with your goals and your success in mind. And when you walk through our doors, you'll see friendly faces who take the time to understand what truly matters to you. If you're looking for a bank you can count on, one that knows your community and puts your needs first, we're ready to earn your trust, like we've done for generations. Citizens National Bank, strong, stable, and locally owned since 1888.
There's power in caring, power in community. That's the power of local. Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Your pet is more than just a pet. They're your family's fearless protector, your fetching athlete, your crumbs on the floor detector, the warm, snuggly heartbeat at your feet. State Farm understands why your pet means so much to you. So State Farm and Trupanion have teamed up to give your furry family members the protection they deserve. Pet medical insurance. It's another way State Farm is here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Craving the simple goodness of farm fresh dairy? Discover the difference with Prairie Farms Dairy. Proudly farmer-owned, always fresh. From milk to ice cream, butter to irresistible frozen treats, every product comes straight from our family to yours. Experience the taste of real farm fresh quality in every bite and sip. Look for the Prairie Farms brand at your local grocery store. Prairie Farms Dairy.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson. I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Gear up for deer season at the Atala County Co-op. Pick from top brands like Moultrie and Boss Buck gravity feeders, plus irresistible attractants. Mobucks, Buck Duo, Strawberry Blast Rice Bran, and even peanut butter and jelly rice bran feed. Everything you need is at the Atala County Co-op.
The everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Premier Medical Group in Kosciusko is proud to welcome Dr. Jenny Kate Miles and Dr. Helen Turner to their team. Whether you need a checkup, ongoing care, or a trusted provider for your family, Dr. Miles and Dr. Turner are taking new patients. Schedule your appointment today. Call Premier Medical Group at 662-289-1800.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Good health is our priority.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome back into the Prairie Farms pregame show as we are here awaiting the announcement of the 2025 homecoming queen. The court has been presented. The Kosciusko Big Red Band is playing the alma mater right now, Kosci High. So if you're a Whippet watching on the video stream or listening on one of our mini platforms, you probably know the words to that, and you can sing along. When I was in high school, they had it plastered up in the gym. So if you didn't know the words, you knew them when you walked into the gym. But the homecoming court is right out there on the field. It's been a great night for football, a great night for homecoming. And as I said, we're just waiting until they get done with the alma mater for the announcement of this year's queen. We got a big microphone. We're going to turn it over to the PA.
Ceremony is our KHS 2024 homecoming queen, Miss Zenobia Woolley. And now, for the presentation of the 2025 Kosciusko High School homecoming queen. Our 2025 homecoming queen is Miss Tamaya Curry.
There we go. Congratulations to this year's 2025 homecoming queen. Hopefully we'll get some pictures and everything posted online for breezynews.com a little bit later on. But we will continue with our pregame coverage as we get set to give you tonight's starting lineups for the Whippets taking on the Gentry Rams in the opening game of Region 4 4A play. We'll try to get these in quickly before the Big Red Band plays the national anthem. Looking at the starters that are brought to you by Thomas Vision for Kosciusko on the defensive side of the ball. Mostly the same, but there are a few little differences. LaMarcus Riley last week had a big punt block for a touchdown. He's going to start at your nose guard. Your defensive tackle, Travion Nash. Your edge rusher is going to be Nick Suddeth. The linebacking core is where you see the difference here. You're going to have Akari Covington starting at the linebacker spot.
But Rowdy Rowan and Rashad Harrington are both going to get the start rather than a T. Riley because, well, tell you about that in a minute. But in the defensive backfield, that 5 defensive back look, Keith Lay, Zay Riley, J.T. Herron are going to be your safeties. Adarius Bondslater, and last week's player of the game, Martavian Miller, is going to be your other cornerback. Looking at the starters on offense, Chavez Ellis is going to be your center. Trace Reagan is your right guard. Jeremiah Winder, your right tackle. Jadarius Wilkes is your left guard, and Riley Petit, your left tackle. We also know that Richard Kern is available if they need him. Of course, he's been a 2-year starter for the Whippets. Has been injured so far, but he's available if they need him to go. Also, your receivers, Jabri Pierce, Jontavius Roundtree, and L.D. McBride. Here's where the difference is at running back. T. Riley, Tyrion Riley, is going to get the start at that spot because C.J. Sandifer was a little banged up last week. Understand, he did practice this week, and he is available if the coaches need him and want to get him in. But maybe just a precautionary limit his reps tonight. So T. Riley at the running back spot. And then you look at Jackson Schuler and William Rankin as your flexes there. Of course, Braden Ray is going to handle your kicks. And your holder is Jabri Pierce. So those are the starters for the Kosciusko Whippets, brought to you by Thomas Vision. We'll welcome Jeremy Tillman into the broadcast. And, Jeremy, we don't have a lot of information on the Gentry Rams, but we do know a couple of key players.
Yeah, they coming into this game with an 0-5 record. They're struggling this year, but they do. One thing they do have is they've got some athletes, and a couple of those athletes that they depend heavy on is quarterback number 1, Ja'Cory Courtney. That's the running back is Ja'Cory Courtney, and then number 2, Jadarius Gibson, is the quarterback. And so it's kind of a 1-2 punch right there. Both of them handle the ball quite often. So it's a really run-heavy ball club. I mean, they will throw it, but what we have seen is they love to get the ball in those 2 guys' hands and just let them run with it. And you can't fall asleep on them because then they'll try to go in the air and hit you with it. But those 2 guys are probably their top 2 offensive guys that they're going to put on the field tonight.
And looking at your weather report and field conditions, brought to you by the Atala County Co-op. It is a Chamber of Commerce night here. Couldn't ask for a better night for football and for homecoming. 75 degrees, perfect weather. Of course, field conditions, it's a turf field, so field conditions look great. But that's brought to you by, as we said, the Atala County Co-op. We want to remind you that all of our broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. The Kosciusko Big Red Band getting ready to play the national anthem, and we'll have to step aside for that break here momentarily. But we will give you tonight's game numbers. Those are brought to you by Watkins, Ward, and Stafford. If you need someone to handle your numbers, whether it's payroll, tax accounting, anything like that, trust the folks at Watkins, Ward, and Stafford. Just the fourth meeting all time between Gentry and Kosciusko. And Kosciusko leads the all-time series 2-1. We need to have an old-timer night, Jeremy, for the last time. Anyone alive the last time these teams met should get in for free. September 2nd, 1955.
Wow.
Last time these teams met. Now, back then, it was just called Indianola. So, it could be a different version of the school. Maybe not Gentry, but the school that preceded Gentry, Kosciusko played them in 1955. Gentry got the big win, 19-0, a shutout in that one. But, yeah, those game numbers are brought to you by Watkins, Ward, and Stafford. We'll remind you that we are streaming tonight's ball game online at YouTube, brought to you by Allen's Furniture. You can also, if you're out of the area and you don't need to be watching going down the road, you can download the Breezy 103 app and listen on your phone. You can also listen on a desktop with the Listen Live tab at breezynews.com or, right there on your radio dial, Breezy 103.7. Got Russ Tillman down there on the video camera for us this evening, and we got Donald Bain back in the studio. Some other games we're going to be keeping tabs on tonight for you. Of course, it's the big one just right down the road in western Atala County, what they call the Atala County Super Bowl. McAdams hosting the Ethel Tigers. McAdams is 4-0. Ethel is 4-1. So really, really big game down there in McAdams. I know folks that were saying they were going to get there at like 4:30 so that they could get a spot to park. I said, yeah, you might need to be there about 4:30 because it's everyone that's not here tonight is going to be down there at McAdams. Another one we're going to follow for you, Louisville and Yazoo City. They're playing tonight, of course. Kosciusko taking on Louisville next week, and we'll see Yazoo City in a couple of weeks. We'll have to go on the road to take on Yazoo City. So that's a game that we want to follow for you. A few other ones from, maybe around the state that we're looking at up in northeast Mississippi, Biggersville and Baldwin. That's a battle of 1A powers. And then down on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, you got a battle of unbeatens. Iberville is taking on West Harrison. And then another one in the south that's a big one with 4A implications, Macomb and Poplarville. If you're able to make it to a state championship, one of those teams is one of the three favorites in the south. You got Macomb, Poplarville, and Columbia as the three best teams from 4A South. But I think 4A North might be the deepest one, the deepest classification, because you got Kosciusko, you got Louisville, you got New Albany, who's doing well, you got Senatobia, who is doing very well. So, yeah, there's a lot of good teams here in North Mississippi. And so we will follow along with those scores while we can. But Jeremy, taking a look at some keys to the game for this. You are an old coach, right? Of course, you got a big win last week against Choctaw County, big rivalry win, close win, maybe the first time the Whippets have been tested. Maybe not use that terminology, but the first time they've really had to dig down and come back and fight in the game. So after you have a game like that, Jeremy, when you get to the first week of region play, what are you looking for out of the team?
Yeah, and that being a big win last week and a win that was a tight game for, the majority of the game, you don't want to come out and have a flat week. But, you look at these two teams, you look at Kosciusko, you look at Gentry. On paper, Kosciusko has got the better ball team. But so with that being said, man, you can't overlook Gentry and look down the road to a big game against Louisville, because that's going to hurt you in the long run. And so tonight, going into this game, is you just got to keep getting better week by week, and you got to work on the little things. And look, these guys know what to do. Coach Orr and his staff work hard, and man, they've been telling them that all week. Come out and do what you're taught to do. And in the pregame mentioned that this squad runs a little bit different defensive look, a 4-4 look, and so the two corners and the one safety over the top is going to give them a different look. And so and even just adjusting some of the offensive line blocks up front, they're having to make some adjustments even on that. But big thing for this Whippet squad is just containing their quarterback, keeping their running back under control, because those two guys they love to go to. And I would just say the big thing is cannot overlook this team. Got to just go out and play just the Kosciusko brand of football that this squad knows how to play.
Yeah, taking a look at the captains for the Kosciusko Whippets. It's not two offense and two defense. There's only 25% of them are offense tonight. Big Charles Lang, one of the offensive linemen, is going to be representing the offense. The rest of them are defensive guys. You got Nick Suddeth, Darius Bond-Slater, and Rashad Harrington. Those are going to be the captains for the Whippets. And for the Rams, Jeremy, were you able to get a few numbers?
I only saw 71.
Yeah, you got big Jordan Lott, Ja'Cory Courtney, the running back is going to be one. Also, D'Angelo Wright is going to be, and then one of those other ones did not get a number. So hopefully we can get that sorted out and get that for you. But the Whippets are going with the all-maroon tonight. Gentry is also maroon, but they're going with the Stormtrooper look, if you will. All whites. They have maroon numerals, white helmets with the Gentry logo, maroon Gentry logo. Whippets going all maroon. Maroon tops, maroon bottoms, the maroon helmet with the interlocking KHS logo. It looks like the Gentry Rams won the toss, and they want the ball first. So they are going to accept the ball. Whippets will be kicking it off to start the ball game. Whippets are going to move it right to left. So they will be defending the north end zone, and Gentry will be defending the south end zone. And the north end zone is the one with the scoreboard. The south end zone is the one with the concession stand. So we'll step aside for our invocation and our national anthem. We're back after this with more Whippets football from Boswell Media Sports.
Hi there, mate. Joey Roo here. Introducing our brand new Roo Wing Station. Now open at Kangaroo Crossing on Veterans Memorial Drive in Kosciusko. Choose from 8 bold flavours: teriyaki, lemon pepper, parmesan garlic, barbecue, buffalo, sweet red chili pepper, mango habanero, and honey hot. Satisfy your cravings every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Don't miss out. Bring your friends, taste them all, and discover your new favourite flavour at Roo Wing Station at Kangaroo Crossing on Veterans Memorial in Kosciusko.
Did you know that 80% of learning in young children comes through the eyes? Thomas Vision offers eye exams for children starting at 6 months. It's very important for children to have an eye exam before entering first grade. Doctors Angela Thomas, Tara Dew, and Anna Middleton offer comprehensive eye exams that thoroughly assess overall eye and vision health. Thomas Vision's optical department has the latest glasses frames, and you get 20% off your second pair. Thomas Vision, Veterans Memorial Drive, in Kosciusko.
Football season is back.
Whippets hold them out of the end zone.
Friday nights will be packed with hard hits and tough plays. And at Reliant Physical Therapy, we're here to help you bounce back stronger. Whether you're a Whippet on the field or a fan in the stands, our expert team delivers results you can feel. From shoulders and elbows to backs, hips, knees, and ankles, our therapists treat the whole body with care and precision. No referral needed. Call today or visit ReliantPT.com to get started.
Big play by the Whippet defense.
Come on home to Allen's Furniture and Appliance. Come on home. Come on home.
Pop the confetti. Allen's Furniture is celebrating 59 amazing years. Join the celebration at either our Kosciusko or Durant locations and register for your chance to win a big screen TV, a stylish area rug of your choice, or a jumbo beanbag, perfect for family movie nights. It's our way of saying thank you for decades of support. Discover new styles, the best prices, and maybe walk away a winner.
Come on home.
Hello, Whippet fans. It's time for kickoff. This is Angel Alvin McDonald with State Farm Insurance. I welcome you to another action-packed night of Kosciusko Whippet football. State Farm takes great pride in supporting the Kosciusko Whippets in our community. Okay, boys, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
And the Whippets take the field off to our right in front of a homecoming crowd who is ready to see the Whippets try to stay unbeaten. Perfect 5-0 on the season. Trying to move to 6-0, and more importantly than being 6-0, want to go 1-0 in district play. Coach Orr talked a little bit about the district there in the pregame interview, talking about region. We were in Region 3 last year, so moved to Region 4, and you have a couple of teams that are the same, like Louisville, Greenwood, and Kosciusko, but you get a few that came down from 5A, like Yazoo City, and this Gentry squad came down from 5A, and then Region 5 is kind of what we used to be in. They went south, West Lauderdale, Choctaw Central, Leake Central, Forest, teams like that, which happens, every so often. Every 2 years they redistrict and everything, trying to make things a little bit more fair and even when they redo the numbers on enrollment. But the Whippets are in Region 4 and ready to hopefully keep it rolling and get a 1-0 win in Region play. Jeremy, almost is 5 teams in a region. 4 teams make the playoffs. So 1 win.
That's right.
I'm not gonna say it guarantees you, because you can get mathematics and different things with points and things like that, but you're sitting pretty good.
Yeah, you win 1, you sit pretty good.
You're sitting pretty good. So Whippets could definitely use this one. Braden Ray going to line up to kick it away. Back deep. A couple of guys for the Gentry Rams. Looks like D'Angelo Wright. He is going to get the ball right at the 20-yard line. Whippets get him and knock him to the ground at the 25-yard line. Mylan Johnson on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
It was good Whippets. Yeah, it's right there by the Whippet kickoff team.
Didn't even have a Holmes game last night. We're throwing the Bulldogs in there. So Jadarius Gibson, the quarterback, going to lead this offense out for the Gentry Rams. As Jeremy mentioned, 0-5 on the season, still looking for their first win. Whippets have that 3-down lineman look. Your running back is Ja'Cory Courtney. Clapping for the ball, and somebody moves.
Yeah, I saw their receiver out there too go, so it's going to be against them.
Yeah, so push it back 5 yards. First down and 15. Central Tire Service brings you first quarters for Kosciusko Whippets football all season long here on Breezy 103. 3 receivers out wide to the right. Single receiver set left. High snap. Which is going to look back left. He throws. It's caught, but the Whippets are right there to get him down. Only about a yard on the play. That's big LaMarcus Riley on the tackle for the Whippets.
Yeah, LaMarcus has been just stability all year long for this Whippet team.
In the 23-yard line. 3 receivers lined up wide to the right. There is a single receiver left. Whippets with the 3 down lineman. Look, high snap over the head of Gibson. He's going to be hit and trying to take it himself. Dumps it off last second and is hit right away. That's Ricari Covington. He dumped the ball off to his running back, Courtney. And he made the catch, but he paid for it.
Yeah, he sure did, and that's one thing we've seen just game after game with this Whippet defense. It's a very physical ball team, and that's what you want. You want a very physical just club that'll come hit you.
A loss of about 5, maybe 4 yards. So third down, 18 yards. The 2 receivers either side, just outside the hash marks left. And the snap goes over the head of the quarterback. He runs back and lands on it at the 1-yard line. Gibson just jumped on it right there at the 1 rather than try to pick it up and do something with it. And so it'll be a punting situation.
Yeah, I know shooting yourself in the foot like that, I know that's frustrating for this Gentry ball team. Like we said earlier, they've got athletes, but, man, when fundamentals right here, man, it's just hurting them.
The dangerous Roundtree for the Whippets is standing right around the 35-yard snap. Is going to be able to get it away, but it hits at the 10-yard line, and it will roll only to the 27-yard line. So Whippets have a great setup for Caden Wade and the offense to take over on their first offensive drive. Caden Wade leading things, 54 out of 82 for 838 yards and 8 touchdowns. Rushing the ball 40 times for 148 yards and 7 touchdowns. Whippets think they could have some success against this Gentry defense that is sort of an odd look, a 4-4 look. Caden Wade takes the snap. It's going to be a reverse, going to be a double reverse. McBride wants to throw. He gets it back out to Caden Wade, and it was incomplete. A little bit underthrown. And sort of a trickeration there, but Wade was wide open. It was just tipped away.
Yeah, just a little razzle-dazzle to start the game off with, and like you said, it's just a little short on that pass. But hey, you're asking McBride to make a throw that he hadn't made all year.
McBride's
it happens.
He's a receiver, right? He is not one of these that runs out there and does anything passing-wise, but it'll be second down and 10 for the Whippets from their 27-yard line. Wade looks, fires, caught by McBride, breaks the tackle. He goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Whippets. 27 yards from Caden Wade to L.D. McBride.
Yeah, let's just swap it around.
Yeah,
next play.
Yeah,
hey, let's.
He looks better catching the ball.
Yeah,
right?
Instead of McBride to Wade, let's just go Wade to McBride.
Oh, wait, the PAT. The Whippets want to try to go for 2. They snap it quickly, and they get it. It's in and good. Quite see who that was on the receptionist. Rankin.
Okay.
Rankin got it. They went before I could even change the stream, but the Whippets lead it 8-0 with 9:14 to go here in the first quarter.
Did you know that 80% of learning in young children comes through the eyes? Thomas Vision offers eye exams for children starting at 6 months. It's very important for children to have an eye exam before entering first grade. Doctors Angela Thomas, Tara Dew, and Anna Middleton offer comprehensive eye exams that thoroughly assess overall eye and vision health. Thomas Vision's optical department has the latest glasses for 20% off your second pair. Thomas Vision, Veterans Memorial Drive, and Kosciusko.
This is Chris Coleman, your neighborhood Alpha insurance agent. At Alpha, we understand the value of hard work, trust, and protection for the ones you love. Alpha Insurance has a long proven history of taking care of the folks who hold agent. I want to help protect you and your family and help you succeed and prosper as you go through the journey of life. Call me at 662-289-1024. Message me on Facebook or drop in at 235 North Madison Street in Kosciusko. Alpha Insurance for all of your auto, home, life, and commercial needs.
Boswell Media Sports.
Braden Ray's kick pulled in by Ja'Cory Courtney around the 15-yard line, runs to the middle of the field and gets to the 25